is there really a situation where you have one and not the other? And what would be the meaning? Because on one hand, on all human indexes, you are scoring fine. What does that mean? Human, it's already human. You are giving people more health, you are giving people more food, they are not starving, you are giving them security, you are giving... And it's not, by the way, this is it, it's not dishing it out to them. They are part of it. These things happen because they are involved, they are part of it. There is security because they are part of it. There is this production and this because they are part of it. It can't be by a leader or leaders and then minus the people. Then you don't get there. Everything you mention is about accountability, fight corruption. Well, sometimes people associate corruption with freedom. You're even free to be corrupt. You are free to steal. You are free to... Now here we are saying, no. You're not free. You are accountable, especially when it comes to leaders. When you are holding resources in your hands for the people, and the only reason you have resources in your hands, this is not your money. It is the money from the people and for the people. So if you steal it and do nothing for them, the courts will take care of you. We insist on that. And of course, because of that, by the way, we have produced so many people who are sort of disgruntled, and a number of them, some have been even escaping the country and going abroad. And somebody has a file here in court for stealing everything that was meant for the people he was leading. And then they go to London, meets the media, and it is everywhere in the Guardian and everything. Oh, this person is being persecuted by Kagame regime. This is the common thing. But this man is just a thief, absolute thief. So, in other words, some of these things, the way they have happened, and that is the narrative you are referring to. There is a narrative of progress on one hand, which I said, it can't happen simply. You will tell me where you know it has happened. That things are moving so well for people and by these people, but then there is everything lacking in the system about their freedom, about their human rights. I just don't understand. The good thing about all this nonsense being said, unfortunately, it's not like mathematics. You add up things, you multiply, you do this, and there is unexpected, what you get out if you get it right. It's what it is. But here, you add up things, and then you end up with some result that is dependent, that is subjective, that is dependent on the judgment of a journalist or a human rights person or somebody, even when the things don't add up. So, in fact, we have had, by the way, a lot of discussions with these institutions, with the countries where these people are based. And we have a list of people. And what makes it simple and clear, it's, for example, what I've just said, people who have gone after committing crimes here, including those who killed people here, by the way. They go there, they play a political card, freedoms, democracy card. And they say, no, you see, I am here, I'm seeking asylum. And they say, because they are being persecuted. You are a murderer who killed the people here, and then you are being persecuted? How? And we show it to these people who make such a noise. We say, okay, you relate to these things. This person, this is the file that was worked on, completed. It is waiting for prosecution. And the person is here, he told you lies that he escaped, from the police. They were looking for him. They were going to kill him because he said something, or because he's fighting for democracy. So how do you marry these two things? How do you explain it? We have a case. In fact, it's one case, but involves people. There are people who left here like 20 years. This case that has been going on in the UK of genociders who know. Sorry? Yes, who are known, well known. The victims are here. The people whose families were killed by these guys are here. Everybody knows the story. But these guys have been in the UK protected, and they went into politics and started talking about how, this Tutsi government, they are calling people, telling people to shut up, they do this. This case has been going on for 15 years. And we asked the government. We said, okay. They first said, we can't send you these cases because we requested. We said, you give us these people, we go and prosecute them in the court of law. And they said, no, we can't give them to you. We are not sure about your courts, your judiciary, and so on and so forth. We said, okay, you have right to have doubts about us. Let us give you the files, and you try these guys in your courts. And they can't do that either. So you have there are many cases like this. And we tell these people, what do you want us to do? What we are saying is that these people have cases to answer. I'm now away from that case. There are others elsewhere. We say, you don't believe us. That's okay. You have a working judiciary in your country, your developed country. Let us give you what you are saying. What we are saying. You have these people in your hands. Try them against this. You find them innocent, let them go. We shall know that you have found them innocent, and that's okay. They can't do that. Why? Because some of them exactly want to keep that story running of how bad everything is here. But the simple question I asked was, surely you can't say there is a whole list of things that we are getting right, and they are showing, and then you say, but. How do I explain that? Because these things don't add up. Now, are there things that go wrong here in the country? Absolutely. That one, I can't say that nothing goes wrong here. But where does it not go wrong? Or if I were to ask the same people who make judgment, or if you were to ask me, say, these people are saying, Rwanda, you are like this, you are like this. I say, okay, guilty, as charged. Do you want me to show you what is worse these same people are accusing me are doing? That does not happen because of where I started from earlier. There are It's like, do as I say, don't do as I do. This saying is very old, it's not by me. So that's what is involved in what we are talking about. Every single day. You tell us, oh, you are doing this. Sometimes, by the way, you are supposed to believe what they are saying about you. You're not even supposed to question or protest. But at the same time, you are talking about freedoms. But if you don't allow me the freedom to answer back or to say you are telling lies, or actually what you are saying is not true, then who is violating freedoms more than the other? You are exactly doing what you are denying me to do. You don't want me to explain my case? And then you turn it around actually and say, you see, Rwanda does not want or does not like criticism. But you don't like criticism because when I'm explaining to you, then you are labeling me as not liking criticism. But you are exactly depicting me in that light because you think I shouldn't be answering back or asking or raising questions about what you are saying about me. That is denying people freedom. This freedom, democracy, people have turned it into something, a subjective tool, just to use. You know, if you have a voice, you have a media, you have power, you have money, then you are controlling this. Everybody else is supposed to accept what you are saying there and what you are saying they are doing, whether it is right or wrong, whether it is true or not. This is the problem. I'm glad you actually raised this question because it's been there for many years. It is still there as we speak. Because if you hear some people, it's not all of them. I think many understand. What they say about Rwanda, they think this is the worst country you have on earth. But then sometimes, when in another circumstance, they are telling a good story about Rwanda. Say, oh, Rwanda thinks, oh, is this. So how do these two contradict? In fact, the contradiction is more in that than what you stated earlier. The contradiction is, how do you say this on this side, so much is wrong and bad, but on the other, there is so much that is good that is happening. So, but these things that are good are happening by who? It is the same people you are saying. I mean, somebody is not hungry, a family is not hungry. They are able to send children to school to study. Then they have security, nobody tampers with them. But you say, except they lack the freedom. Which freedom? Freedom. Somebody is already having freedom to live, to be there. You saw the Rwandans live now on average up to 60 something close to it. Why would the country invest in that only to deny the same person? Does it really make sense? Does it add up? It doesn't, for me, it doesn't add up. But by the way, the same complaints that are being raised about Rwanda now were not even a fraction of it was raised against the government that murdered 1 million people here. Meaning, they had the freedom. They had everything, maybe. But really, the Rwanda of 30 years ago, did it have freedom? Did it have democracy? Did it? Now, sometimes I say, for lack of a better way to say it, there are two things. One I am blamed for, another I am praised for. Okay? These are two things. Surely this can't be worse than a situation that doesn't have either. You know that? You understand what I'm saying? There are people who may, as I know, in fact, there are many people who have no freedoms and the democracies we're talking about, and have nothing of that I'm being praised for. So who is worse off? At least I have one. Then I can keep struggling to deal with the other one and improving on it, and fine. But at least I have secured one. But really, you have a situation where, which we know, you and me and anybody else, nothing we are talking about exists in this place. But surprisingly, because of maybe how they are used to serve certain interests of those who set the standards, they may end up actually being praised. I wouldn't name names here, but I have names in my mind. I could say, I could give example, but I won't say it. I won't do it. People, even other people look and say, what do you think you are doing? You have so much, but in the end, it has not transformed the people either way, either by development or by these subjective things we are talking about. But yet, the resources are incredible. But those ones, nobody will talk about them, because the same people who set these standards and define us are in between getting, helping themselves with these resources. This is how the world seems to operate, as I understand it.